be able to till the soil, that they can be able, oh God, to feed our nation. We salute our farmers this morning, oh God. And many of them, oh God, who is going to the farm now, Father, are already left to go to the farm. We ask you, God, those of them that use transport, oh God, give them mercy journeys. We ask you, God, to protect them, oh God, from the equipment that they use, oh God, like the cutlass, the fork, the spade, and all the equipment, oh God. Protect them from harm and from danger. Father, we bring Grenada before you, oh God. Have mercy, oh God. Have mercy upon this little nation. Open the eyes of those that is in leadership role. Give them the wisdom if they're willing to accept it, oh God, that they can be able to rule this nation, oh God. They can be able, oh God, to gravitate around your knowledge and your understanding as how to rule, oh God. Yes, they are young, oh God, yet being ignorant of the fact that you still need the older ones to help and to guide them. I'm asking you, God, to bless Grenada. I'm asking you, God, to help each and every one of us to play a role in this beautiful island that you have blessed us with. I bring Real FM before you, the management and the staff and all those, oh God, that are listening this morning. I'm asking you, God, to bless them. I'm asking you, God, to keep us. I'm asking you, God, to watch over us during the course of the day and let no weapon form against us prosper. In Jesus' name, amen and amen.
Amen, and good morning. How you doing, my friend?
I'm on top of the world, Mr. Andrew Donald. Looking down on creation, sir.
I hear you say that all the time.
Yeah, man.
Two things you have to be careful for when you're on top of the world.
Yes, sir.
Careful you don't slip. Because if you slip, you're going to come down.
And you know, for all this time, you always heard I make that statement,
Yeah.
I am top of the world.
Right.
Knowing somebody like me, Andrew Donald, you must assure that the foundation is solid.
Well, the other thing is, careful that somebody didn't take away the ladder that you used to go up.
No, but you see again, this kind of ladder that people used to go up there, I don't use that. Mine is solar.
Okay.
I just squeeze a button and I get right up.
You are crazy. You are crazy.
What you doing? Everything cool?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good.
Wonderful, wonderful. And the kids, they all okay?
Well, yeah, I spoke to both at different times yesterday.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that the conditions that I left them in yesterday, they would have improved.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, but,
what is the age group of the kids? Sorry, not the kids, the children.
The daughter is in her 20s, and the son is thereabouts, bordering. A little bit over the 20s, a little bit under the 20s, but more over the 20s than under the 20s.
You're a young man. Congratulations.
So, what happened?
I say you're a young man. Congratulations.
Meaning what?
I mean, children at very early age. You just that?
No.
Oh, you have older?
No.
Okay. Well, that good age, man. That children that could come back and mind daddy don't make children.
I have older.
Okay.
I have older. Okay, let me check how many children that I have. I don't want to miss. If I miss, I die.
Okay.
5?
5, you said? Okay. Way ahead of the pack.
Yeah, good for you. I have let me see. In New York, there'll be 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay.
In New York. In Canada, there's 1. And in Grenada, there is another one.
You Mickey Max, man. Congratulations, Andrew.
There could be a couple running around in the yard that I can't check.
I love that.
There could be a couple running around in the yard that I can't check. So if I can't check it, you can't blame me.
Exactly. It's really nice. I mean, and then I guess that you have a very good relationship with each and every one of them.
But yeah, there are 2 biological, but the others that I've counted,
Okay.
If you ask them about who's their dad, they'll
Yeah.
tell you. They'll just tell you, that's
Yes,
my
I
father.
definitely.
So, but
Definitely.
they're two biological, and
Okay.
these
Wonderful.
these
Wonderful.
two will kill me one day. Oh my
Oh
God!
boy.
Oh
I know
boy!
what you're talking about, man. I'm in the same boat. So what is
Yeah.
the plan for the entire day?
And hold on. In Canada, I have not one, but two. I just
Okay, Canada. Okay.
boy, it's you see what I tell you, something running around in the yard that I just
Same
can't
thing
check.
that you just said. Maybe
Yes.
think again, make
Yeah,
a
think
tree.
again. Now I get some. They running around in the yard, and I just can't catch them.
Yeah.
But,
I have two in Canada too.
Okay.
Tobacco, Ontario.
Okay.
Born a girl.
All right.
Yeah.
How old? How old is
Um,
your oldest child?
my oldest child is about 48, 49.
Okay.
Yeah, they're about. Yeah, 48, 49. And
And
these
your
two in Canada plus I
and your
have.
youngest?
The youngest, Cassandra, what your age? Andrea, you are laughing. Stop his stripping his man. If I didn't know, the ask any secret. Right,
Cassandra,
25.
25. Good morning, Cassandra. How are you, my dear? You see, I'm the one who caused Daddy to know your age.
Yeah, she's getting ready for school,
For school, where she go? SU?
No, St. Michael RC Island.
Oh, she teaches.
Yes, she teaches.
Oh, St. Michael's RC Byland. St. Michael's RC Byland. Who's the principal there?
Miss Harry.
Miss Harry.
Yeah, Miss Harry.
Okay.
Yeah, and then.
As you go up to Bylands this morning, Cassandra, say good morning to him. When you see my cousin B-Roy, say good morning to him for him, please.
Yeah.
Right.
And then my son, one of my sons is Samuel. That one is in the warden. I think that he been on your station twice with a funny interview. Tall.
Oh,
Guy
yeah?
used the glasses. Samuel Lewis.
Samuel Lewis, okay.
Yeah. So, be man, listen, be blessed.
Yeah.
See one of these good days, man.
Yeah. One of these days I'll pop in by you, man.
Yeah, no hard feelings, man.
But-
How is Gabi?
I don't know. The last time I saw Gabe, would you believe, a friend of mine got sick and I had to take him to the hospital.
Okay.
And I took him to the hospital, but in all the fuzzle dazzle in getting him settled in the hospital, I know, well, there are other persons, other patients, in beds around, but I minding my business.
Right.
I'm making sure that my brethren good. So he was settled and everything, and I went away. The
Yeah.
next 2 days later, I visited the hospital.
Mm.
And right next to him is Gabe.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Right next to him is Gabe, and I did not, on that first day,
So how that happen?
no, I'm minding my business.
Oh, my.
No, seriously.
I like that.
I did not go to the hospital to look around and look. I went to the hospital to make sure that my brethren, make sure he's settled and everything all right.
Right.
I had to go get some stuff, went get the stuff, brought it back to him, and everything was okay. And I left. So
Wow.
anybody asking me who was in hospital, I don't know. If they
You
ask,
don't know.
even if they ask me if they have medication, I still don't know because
You mind your business work?
I'm minding business. It's only when I went back there 2 days later to visit my brethren, and I'm like, Gabe?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I said,
Wow.
Gabe, wow, you here? Right here. But what I can say to you, when I saw him, he was in good spirits.
Wonderful.
He was in good spirits, and he had they had bandaged the leg, so they did not amputate it.
Okay, wonderful.
They had
Wonderful.
bandaged the leg, and I don't know if he would have been out of hospital as yet.
Right,
but I guess
right.
they probably wanted him there to keep him under some observation still and make sure that he does what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I did not have a call to say that he was out of hospital or still in. So I don't know.
Right,
because
wonderful.
my friend already came out of the hospital.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the cause to go back
hoping
there.
that
Not that
everything-
Gabe is not my friend, but I didn't, but I'll double check.
Yeah, man.
I'll
man.
definitely double check and see
man.
what's going on.
So you take care of yourself, man.
How
Wonderful.
you running so up there? All the news taking place these days and you're running?
No, man, I looking down,
You're looking down at the news?
You remember on top of the world and I'm looking down at what taking place down here. Yeah. Don't try to sidetrack me, They are
Okay.
looking down.
And here's something that you should know. The same friend that I went to deal with at the hospital, he just sent me a message saying that he was told that Gabe is at home.
Wow.
Because remember, I tell you, he was looking in good spirits. He was looking
You
pretty
just said that
good.
day. So that's
Right.
nice, man.
So that same friend has just sent me a message saying that Gabe he was told that Gabe is at home.
Right, right. I have to go to Sotes maybe a day next week, God's willing. So I think I'll just, pass through Humility.
That. Well, I once I know that he's home,
Yeah.
I will today when I'm
Wonderful.
finished here and I finish do a couple of chores,
You check him out, man.
I will give him a check out in the area.
That's my old boy over the years, man.
Yeah.
Old boy over the years.
So as you're looking down there, what you seeing? You don't see nothing happening by you up there now? Everything good?
Well, presently right now, what I'm looking at, the atmosphere is nice. I sent some real sunfall here. Down there is nice. I mean, I could see some of the farmers. I mean, some of them planting. The land is good, and it's looking all right.
I hear you, sir.
It's looking all right, man. Looking all right.
I hear you. I hear you, mister. Take care of yourself and have a good day. Hey, wifey! What today? You good? All right.
So then kayak does behave,
Leave them alone. Leave them. Yeah, I did.
All right. Take care of yourself, man.
Take care. One love, brother.
Yeah, bye.
Good. Real 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. Hey, this is Real FM. This is Grenada's #1 station. Good morning to you, Drumsticks. What's up?
Hello, good morning. I'm there.
Talk to me, love.
Good morning to the nation. I'm reading from the Word of God, Psalm 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell in unity.
Mm-hmm.
It is like the precious ointment upon the head that run down upon the bread of Aaron's bed, that went down to the skirt of his garment, as the dew of the human, and as the dew of that descended upon the mount of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Amen. This is the end of the scripture reading.
Good morning to you again.
Yep.
How's the family?
Did everybody have a right for the time?
I never ask you, how's the husband? How's your husband?
Which husband?
Trouble take the wall. Trouble take the wall, sweet. So I can ask my husband then. Yeah. But why you don't go to work, girl? Why you don't go to work? Not yet? What time are you going today?
I did home today. I did home for a little bit.
Okay. Well, I hope you didn't stay home for too long now.
No. I go back home just now.
All right, that's good. That's what I want to hear. So everything good with you?
No.
All right. Take care of yourself. Jums,
Yes.
take care of yourself, my darling.
Well, you have a nice day.
You too. Have a wonderful day.
All right, bye.
Okay, great. In the misty moonlight. Me, why am I laughing? I just laugh. When I look at what is happening in the world today, especially Grenada side, yeah? Of course, I pay attention to international affairs. What's love got to do with it? Yeah, she passed yesterday. Simply the best. Better than all the rest. Tina Turner. Yeah. Okay, she's gone. Prolonged illness. It was said that, she had a prolonged illness. I don't know what thing. But she's gone. So yeah, I pay attention to things that happen on the international scene. I know America's still battling with this debt ceiling thing. I can't explain it. Don't ask me to. I know they're battling, the Republicans and the Democrats. I don't know who's going to get what they want. Trump is ahead in that race for the nominee to be the Republican representative in the next 2024 elections? Yeah. So Trump is ahead. DeSantis is behind. Who am I backing? I don't know. Oh no. I don't know. I've always been a Republican. Yeah. I've always been a Republican, but this time I've not decided on who I'm going to throw my support with in relation to going forward. I believe Donald has done what he has done already, you know, but he's still a very strong leader within the ranks of the Republicans. So I don't know. One thing I do know, one thing I do know is that we sit on our posteriors here in Grenada and we run mode, run mode, run mode. And we say all sorts of different things about different people. I want you all to do so. All I do is run all your mouth and talk about old people. Tell me what are the ages of Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Have a nice day. Yeah, that is all. Tell me the ages of Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
Agriculture is the
Yeah, it's agriculture we're dealing with this morning. Just think about it.
let's the number
It's like to just go home.
one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack this and didn't do too bad. After
As we continue
the
to
whole thing flap wide.
do what we do best on Real 91.9 FM, please the nation most of the time, maybe not all of the time. I say good morning to you, Grenada. Good morning to you, Caribbean. To the friends at the Mars Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office, I also say good morning to you. Good morning, Jason Robertson. Tell us.
Good morning to you, Andre, and good morning to our listeners of Real FM. Let's take a look at the weather for today, Thursday, the 25th day of May 2023. At Ponchalin, it is fair, a gentle breeze is from the east at 12 miles per hour. The barometric pressure is 1011.2 millibars, which is below normal and rising. The present temperature 28.3 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 85%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30.7 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 26.3 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, we had 1.2 millimeters of rain. The total for the month so far 65.1 millimeters. Now for the public focus for Grenada, Carriacou, PT Martinique, valid for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair, slight hazy and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times with a possible isolated shower. Today's maximum temperature should reach 31 degrees Celsius. The wind should be easterly to east-southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. The sea should be slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. The tide is currently falling, will be low at 11:45 a.m. and high at 5:45 p.m. Sunset today 6:27. Sunrise tomorrow 5:43. To repeat the forecast, the weather is expected to be generally fair, slight hazy and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times with a possible isolated shower. From the Moist Bishop International Airport, Jason Robertson reporting.
Thank you, Jason. Have yourself a wonderful day, yourself and all the other workers at the Mars Bishop International Airport. Grenada, Grenada, I love you so much. I'm trying to sing a song. You know, I'm really thinking about, and I tell you this seriously, friend. I have not spoken to Denzel as yet. Not Denzel Douglas, not Denzel Washington, Denzel Thomas. Yeah, he works with Nawasa, but he's a musical arranger. I have not spoken to Denzel as yet, but I look to speak to him within the coming days. I want an arranger. But I need a song. I need, what song? A calypso. I need to sing a political calypso. Yes. If anybody's interested, you can write me a political calypso. I will sing it. Yes, I will sing it. And I want to sing a political calypso about all the mishaps as it relates to government. Yeah, all the mishaps that are taking place. All who lying in parliament, not lying dumb, lying as fibbing, as telling untruths. That is so sad. That, yeah. Do you have guests? Yeah, we have guests this morning. They should be here anytime soon. But I'm going to take a little bit before they get in. It is so sad. I guess Carl will have more of it for you tomorrow, God's will, Friday. But it is so sad. You know, when... Who trying to call me and disrupt me there? Don't call me right now. No. If all they want me, send me a message on my phone. Yeah, they'll call me now. Or they'll call me now. No, it is sad when an adult lies at any place. But when you do it in parliament, I mean, are you forgetting? Oh my God. I don't believe, young lady, I don't believe you did that, you know. You lied to the speaker? Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, sir, you cannot trust that young lady ever again. And, Mr. Speaker, sir, I suggest you go back to Hansard. Oh, okay. So I guess you're at the door. So, okay, I'll be coming in a moment, okay? Thank you very much. I realize that. I'll be there. Right. But, Mr. Speaker, sir, listen to me and listen to me carefully. You need to go back to Hansard and check. And when you go back to Hansard and check, Mr. Speaker, then you will realize that the people lie for you. And, Mr. Speaker, that is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing for people to lie like that. Not in Parliament, sir.
Yes.
Hungry, anyone? You heard about it, and it's finally here. Velma's Restaurant and Bar, located High Street Terrace in St. Patrick. They're open from 6 a.m. until midnight. Breakfast is available from 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. On the menu is roast bake, sawfish, and many, many mouth-watering items. Lunch is a close second, with items that can be grilled to your satisfaction. We have steamed fish and other seafoods too. For the health-conscious ones, we provide vegan and vegetarian dishes. Looking for something that will hit the spot? From 5 p.m. until close, come and enjoy our burgers and fries. At Velma's, we cater and host parties. We have an on-site bakery where you can place your orders for fruitcakes and other pastries. We also have local juices. Listen to Real FM for your daily menu to place your order in advance. Call us at 419-5622. That number again, 419-5622. Velma's Restaurant and Bar. Come eat lunch with us.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
It's back! The Ticket to the Street Dance Competition.
Like the way that dance.
Hosted by the Division of Culture. Tanti Netball Court. Friday, 2nd June 2023. 7 p.m. sharp. Children, $5. Adults, $10. Come, witness the incredible performances by our dynamic youths as they compete to be Grenada's top hip-hop dance guru.
Do I have your attention?
Sponsored by the Government of Grenada, Blue Bubbles PA Rental, and Event National Lotteries Authority, Dana's Tasty Food, Grenada Trade Center, The Computer Store, Grenada Limited, Grenada Bottling Company Limited, Glenelg Spring Water, Super Distributors Incorporated, Hopkins Sisters, W Top Fashion, and T's Boutique. Friday, 2nd June, 13 Hardcore. See you there. Take it to the streets. Dance competition. Who will it be?
Call me Megatron, just did a telethon. The Victoria School for Special Education presents its annual sports meet on Friday, 26 May 2023 at Olson George Park, Victoria, starting at 12 noon. Eats and drinks are on sale. Come out in your numbers and watch your favorite house compete: Bakshi's House, John's House, and King's House.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You couldn't do without clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. To ship 20 hectares.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, inset screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Make money, make money, 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 make money, money.
$3,000 every week for 3 months.
What?
Yes, it's the NLA's Crazy Cash Giveaway Promotion. Every week from April 11th to June 30th. 3 lucky Daily Games customers will randomly win $1,000 each week. Imagine winning as much as $36,000 in 12 weeks.
How?
Spend $12 in a single purchase on Daily Cash 4, Daily Pick 3, or Playway. Look for the words Cash Winner on your tickets to collect $1,000. The more you spend $12 on your favorite daily games, the more chances you have to win. Must be 18 or older to participate. All prizes must be collected by July 7th, 2023. Other terms and conditions apply. See stores for details. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Make money, 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 make money, 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 money.
Ziz's Minimart, located in Montrose St. Patrick, is where you feel all your grocery needs. Looking for a variety of items? Visit Ziz's Minimart. We're open Monday to Thursday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call us today, 457-1100. That number again, 457-1100. Come to Ziz's, where you shop more and spend less.
The Pure Grenada Excellence Champion Program promotes a legacy of excellence by investing in our people, embracing excellent service, and always providing exceptional experiences. The Carriacou training sessions were a hit. This time, we will be training right here on mainland Grenada. Training sessions begin May 15th, 2023. Register now by calling GTA Head Office 440-2279, emailing info@puregrenada.com, or visiting www.puregrenada.com/excellence champion. Remember, excellence begins with me. Excellence ends with all our we.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
Larry, I love the new home. Did you remember the tips we discussed?
As a matter of fact, they were very helpful. We always follow the manufacturer's guidelines. Check for damaged cords, turn off electrical equipment before cleaning, and we never overload sockets.
And we always use a licensed electrician for electrical work and a certified technician for repairs.
Grenlink, energizing.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You couldn't live without clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the WORLD. Well, you know my name. You don't have to do some guess. We already solved that issue already in relation to name. And I keep saying to y'all, I cannot understand that you will get onto this, the stream and you will not hit the like button. Why? What's that? You get on just to look? Come on, you have to do some like. First thing you do that you like. The second thing you do is that you share. And thirdly, you have to remember, oh shucks, I haven't subscribed as yet. So you'll get a notification every time we go live, yeah? Come on, don't do that. You know you have to hit the like button. Hit the like button. Today is Thursday the 25th day? Yeah, it's the 25th day of May 2023. And usually, on the third Thursday of every month, we are supposed to be bringing in folks to talk a different kind of agriculture, you know. Last Thursday, it was my mix-up, and we had to do something for the folks at the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union. Was alive inside of Grenville, to be exact. And that was nice. And I had to apologize to Dr. Entwine and my good cousin, me family, as taking claim early before they asked me what going on here. So I had to do so and apologize to them for having that mix-up. And that would have been last Thursday. But quickly we shifted it to this Thursday so that we wouldn't miss out. But while I was, over the past couple of days, musing the thing in my head, because it is my intention, and I tell you all this, I kid you not, it is my intention to continue doing things in radio that other people, they could even think, they'll just think about doing it, and they wouldn't be able to do it. So I say to you that if you remember what Real FM was a couple of years ago, ask Roland Bowler, he'd tell you. Ask Stanley Charles, he'd do so and tell you also. Now we used to, on Thursday mornings, yes, we used to go to the property of Dennis Noel, Senator Dennis Noel, who has since passed. And that is at Carlton Junction, where he made and bottled the famous Grenada nutmeg spray and oil and whatever you call it. He had that there. So we used to go there on Thursday mornings. Yeah, Gates used to beat me that time. We used to rush up there on Thursday mornings and do our agricultural program from there. And why did we do it? Well, the problem was that the agricultural experts who lived in St. George's and who worked in different ministries, they claimed that St. Patrick's was too far for them to come. Yes, that's not a joke. Yeah, that's not a joke. They claimed that St. Patrick was too far for them to come. Ask Mr. Is it a Lewis guy who used to work? He was some whatever. Ask Mr. Lewis, he'll tell you. I ain't joking in that one. I think he's retired since. In any event, so what we decided to do, because we are so into agriculture and we so wanted to continue bringing information to the farmers, we decided, here's what. We are going to meet you halfway. So we got Dennis Noel to come at his facilities, and he had internet services at that time, and we went there. And they still didn't come. The only person that, I think Mr. Graham came once. Mr. Paul Graham. He was working in the Ministry of Agriculture. I think he too has since resigned. I think he came once. And Mr. O'Neill, did he come one time? It's possible. But that's to tell you, I can't remember who came because they never came. Because I guess there in St. Andrew, Carlton Junction was still too far from St. George's. You know, and they couldn't make it. And most of them come from the rural areas, you know, but they just couldn't make it because they relocated to the city. But nonetheless, I believe it is time again. Now, maybe we're ahead of ourselves a little bit. It's just like drive-in cinema that used to be in St. George's on the Morris Bishop Highway. There was a drive-in cinema. And that time, Grenada had 10 cars. And you had drive-in cinema. Now Grenada have 1 million cars, no drive-in cinema. What stupidness is this? I say that we need to bring back drive-in cinema. We need to bring it back. Trust me. The interesting thing is, the space is still there. Nothing has been done with the space. So they can really bring back drive-in cinema again. You know? And it'll be easier. Just get a nice, how you call the thing? Projector. Put up a big screen and let people pay to come in and sit down in the car and watch a movie. Yeah, simple. We are driving cinema with our cars. You couldn't believe that? But So maybe Real FM was like driving cinema ahead of its time. So now, I think that we can, because I made up my mind that at least one Monday a month, I'm going to be outside of here. At least one Monday. So now I think I'm taking the decision. I'll relay it to management and hear what they say, but I'm taking the decision on my own. At least one Thursday a month, and which is the Thursday that we're going to be doing agriculture with you guys. We can come to your farm and we can do the program on your farm. We can show people what you do, your practices. We can come to your factory and we can show what's happening at the factory, what's that sort of thing. And we can go other places. Because one of the things is that we have solved the problem of internet services. We have a device that we use a chip in. Well, I guess a lot of people know, but we are able to find this device and we realize that it works. It really works well. Chip, credit, and you're gone. Up Kublal, wherever you want to go. As long as you have power, then you can do your program. So that is our next thing. Maybe I need to put an inverter in one of my vehicles so that as long as I have the vehicle and I start it, power, we can do a program. Don't worry about that. We're going to talk about that. Mr. Antoine, good morning to you. How you doing?
Morning, Andre. I'm fine, thanks. And yourself?
I'm good. It's just me just talking. You know, when I start to talk, I just go on and on and on and on. Sometimes.
Enjoy.
Not all the times. Everything good?
So far, so good. Yeah, have it.
Again, let me apologize for last week. I apologize, and let me not say much again. And also, let me say good morning to my cousin. Charles, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Great.
Everything okay?
Yes.
Okay.
You're doing great. Yeah.
Yeah, we still expect. Do we expect BJ? Yeah, we have BJ's thing there for him. We expect BJ this morning. We don't leave out our people at all.
Good.
So everything good with you two guys? Charles, everything good?
Uh-huh.
I let me publicly thank you for the peppers you sent me last week.
Okay, great.
Thank you. I still continue. Do you think I should just continue using it?
As a drink, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
As I could just, like, every day?
Yeah. If it has medicinal benefits,
What
why not?
sort of relief you gotten with the use?
Well, I must say that the swelling has decreased. The pain stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, the pain stopped, and I did not necessarily use any painkillers.
That's why I need to continue using it.
Yeah.
So the pain stopped. The swelling has reduced.
Okay.
But the doctors did give me some antibiotics.
Okay.
So how does that work? You're the scientist, Dr. Antoine. How does that work with antibiotics?
I don't think it affects adversely antibiotics.
It doesn't?
No.
So I could continue using both?
Yes.
It wouldn't be a problem there?
No interference that I'm aware of.
No interference that you're aware of. Wonderful, wonderful. So I'll continue using both. But I see that I must say to folks that you brought me some again this morning.
Yeah, this one's special.
This one is special?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
what I've noticed at the foot of your steps, that we used to call jumbo pepper.
Yeah.
It's a bud pepper.
Where, here?
Yeah, at this.
Right here at the station?
Yeah, but it is not as
potent.
It has that one spike, but based on the colors, even Dr. Antoine could explain the importance of those colors as it relates to health benefit. Yeah.
Jumbo pepper?
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, don't come here, don't trespass.
That will be rich in anthocyanins, Andre.
In what?
Anthocyanins. Those are the colored compounds that are known to have heart positive benefits, cardiovascular.
As in
cardiovascular system.
Heart as in the
heart
thing.
and cardiovascular system.
Okay. I want to show. No. I ain't giving you back. I want to show the folks at home what this is in relation to what you just called here. I want to make sure that they're gonna see it when I put it up on the screen. Yeah, they're gonna see it when I put it up on the screen. So let me do it this way. Folks at home and abroad, you're listening. This is what the gentleman found right here at Real FM. It's called Jumbie Pepper. Tell us about Jumbie Pepper again.
No, looking at it, you could see that the skin of the pepper itself is rich in anthocyanins. And anthocyanins are those group of compounds, phenolic compounds, that have the heart positive benefits health-wise. And so they're very useful for your cardiovascular system, which is why the chief medical officer over the years would have advised you, use your colored fruits and vegetables, red peppers, yes, your red fruits, your red cabbage, etc., etc., etc. Yes.
But this has a purple kind of tinge to it.
All the more. That means it's richer than, say, your red pepper in the anthocyanin compounds.
So I can just put that in my food and just eat it just like that?
You could put it in your mouth. You have that spike, one spike after that.
But you don't wash it?
No, you don't wash it.
Yeah, I can't put it in mouth.
A little dirt doesn't hurt.
What?
A little dirt doesn't
hurt. But this is amazing, and you found that right. You grow these at your place?
No, I haven't seen that in years, and I come in and see it at your step. So it's really good that
hey, don't come here. Don't come here. Friends, look at this again. Look at this again. Take a look at it.
I tasted it. It doesn't have it has a very unique flavor to it, but similar to mild pepper characteristic. Yeah.
And it's good for heart.
Yeah, the like many of our spices, for example.
Now, folks who are viewing, now you understand why you need to share this, so that people can have an idea that we have these things in Grenada and we don't really pay attention.
Yeah.
We don't pay attention to it at all. Yeah. Friends, I want you to see it more. Taking the camera and I'm moving it because I really want you to see this thing and see it properly. That's it right there.
Give him the bunch you have there.
Yeah, that's it. No, they're seeing it. They're seeing what I have. They're seeing what I have. Don't worry about the bunch. I need to know what the tree looks like.
Yeah.
Are you going to take a plant?
Well, I have a mature fruit, or we could get the seeds out.
Yeah, we're going to try and propagate some of it, yes.
Propagate some of it.
But when you propagate it, remember where the propagator come from.
Where the jump plasm come from? Okay.
Yeah, remember that. Look, friends, those of you online looking at this, look at this. And this was found. You see, here is what, and I tell you what, I'm gonna do this one, Dr. Antoine, and I'm gonna have both of you smiling and giggling after. It was found on the grave of King Solomon. And this is that way you find marijuana?
I don't know.
You hear the Rastaman that say that?
Yeah.
See?
I'm not aware of that. No.
Yes, the Rastaman that say that ganja was found on the grave of King Solomon. Look at where you find this pepper that you thought was extinct.
Yeah.
Right here at the foot of Real FM. And all you say Real FM not good?
No, I think, Andre, just to add to one of the points you made earlier on, yes, we have quite a tremendous number of plants here in Grenada that we grossly overlook. We just ignore them, walk around, and not even try to understand what they are and how useful they can be. But over the years, we have lost the knowledge of some of those plants and how they were used previously in traditional medicines. And I think the time is probably right when we need to do a little bit of renaissance, rethinking as to how we can use some of those plants and herbs and hopefully move to a point where we can commercialize those products, monetize them so as to boost our agricultural sector in particular, but overall the economy.
Somebody calling us already. Let's just take
Great.
the call, yeah? Clifford, turn down the volume of your thing in the background. You know you're not accustomed using WhatsApp, but now you jump on using WhatsApp. Turn down the volume of the thing in the background. Now you can talk to me. You see, and it's still a bit too loud. Turn it off. You want to hear yourself? No. Turn it off. You don't know about WhatsApp call, but you want to play bright. I don't know what's wrong with you. Clifford, turn the volume off. Good. Oh boy, you still have... Yes, Clifford, good morning.
Yeah, I must admit that
Clifford, do me a favor. Hold on, let's stop there before we go further. Go outside and talk. You don't need to hear yourself on the radio. You would hear us over the phone. Because that feedback is not good for the listeners. It's not good for us here, right?
Yeah, let me.
Good. Talk to me, brother.
Yeah, let me apologize for that. That's the first time.
Yeah. First, I know, first time.
I don't know what I do.
Agriculture does make people do a lot of things.
Real FM. I don't know what I do.
Yeah.
And I was shocked for myself.
You're shocked for yourself. So you see, Real FM teaches everybody.
I apologize for what happened.
But Clifford, Real FM teaches everybody.
It's so easy to get through there. Right? So let me say good morning to Mr. Antoine, Dr. Antoine, and the gentleman, I didn't get his name.
Dalton Charles. Good morning, Clifford.
Clifford, hold on.
Right.
Clifford, hold on. Stop.
Thought, you know,
Clifford, hold on. Stop. Let me give you're using this for the first time. It does not work like the traditional phone. What is going to happen is that it's going to take a couple of seconds for you to hear us. And it's going to take a couple of seconds for us to hear you. So you need to be very careful. So when you hear us come in, then you need to hold back what you're saying to hear what we are saying, okay?
Thank you.
Right. Talk to me now, brother.
Yes. Yeah, I'm saying, Dr. Antoine, I looked up the Bible earlier, and what I saw is that it is said that every home on the face of the earth is good for mankind.
Okay.
The Bible said that.
Okay.
Every home. And God said when he created the world and he put the different homes, all was for mankind. So while we might see, people say about that is a poisonous herb. If you know what to do, it's not poisonous. That's what I get to understand.
There's some truth to that. That's correct.
For the use of man. Anyhow, I just want to say that I would like to know from Dr. Antoine, what is the development plans for agriculture going forward? I'm not feeling a feeling that agriculture is making the necessary move. We see things happening. Yes, they're going Karakou, they're teaching you out about soil and whatnot and how to make compost. But I'm not seeing a push to tell me that we are getting into some serious form of agriculture. And structured agriculture for that matter. For instance, we're talking a lot about sour soap. Do we have a proper market secure for sour soap? Where are we with that? I'm not seeing a takeoff. I mean, yes, this government is new, but I haven't seen a takeoff that tells me that agriculture will be better 10 years from now. I can't go into the details of it now, but I would like to hear your views on it, because my concern is, where are we? Right? We understand that the cocoa give some workers, some farmers $2. We don't know under what condition. We're not hearing what development plans are there. Not make the same thing. They say they will give you back 50 cents. They save 50 cents and they will give you back 75. What are the real plans for agriculture, for land? For the amount of land we have empty or idle, what are the plans to develop it? How does the government, and I'm not blaming this government, how does the government want to go forward with agriculture? What are the crops that we can earmark, that we can are potential buyers for immediately?
All right.
That's my concern.
Thank you, Cliff, and welcome to the world of WhatsApp.
Thank you.
You use it carefully, my brother. Take care of yourself. Okay, so you can listen up and you will hear. If you want to call back, you can call back, okay?
All right. Thank you very much, Clifford, for the question. I'm going to try my utmost to explain and say as much as I know. For the most part, I am not clear as to what is or are the specific plans of the current administration in terms of the way forward for agriculture. I know they've talked in the past of planting 100,000 plants or spice plants. I know they've talked about building the agricultural sector in various ways, encouraging the 4-H club, etc. But what I am not clear about is how they're going to move the agricultural sector to make it a more commercially viable sector. However, what I do also know is the fact that most of the agricultural improvement and activities taking place are being done based on the initiatives of farmers like yourself. So that, for example, we have quite a number of farmers in the St. Andrews area that have seen planting a wide range of crops, clearing lands and including bananas, of course, but of course doing things like watermelon, corn, potatoes, ginger, etc. And different farmers are broaching different products for their commercial activity. So the agricultural sector is moving or picking up pace, not so much because of the government's plan per se, as much as the initiative as exercised by many of our individual farmers. I think what would be useful at this point, Clifford, is if the government would put forward and explain a plan or their plans, specific plans for developing the agricultural sector, and coordinate that plan with the current activities that has been practiced by our farmers, and with the aim of trying to encourage them in the first instance, support them in the second case, and thirdly, assist in the marketing of the produce. Because one of the problems we have here is we always complain about market, but market involves supply and price and quality. And quality is a major aspect that seems to be lacking within our agricultural sector. If, however, we can improve the quality of our produce, we can obtain, for the most part, a much better price. But then that has to come with a ready market, a market readily available for our farmers, so that we can move the sector forward. And herein is where the government plans or initiative would be useful, because if there's a mechanism that allows the farmers producing various crops to coordinate their supply with the buyers in, let's suppose, say the restaurants or the hotels or even the cruise ships or the ships that come in, then that would be one way or one mechanism of helping our farmers to have greater confidence in the agricultural sector.
Well, I hope Clifford would have been satisfied with that. But let us not deter from what we're here to. We need to focus. So what's the focus this morning, my friends?
I yield to Dalton this
morning. Dalton, yeah, what's the focus this morning, Dalton?
Last meeting we had our regular farmers meeting, Thursday. The spicing focus was cocoa. And so seeing as we already have the meeting, we say we'll discuss it, and we was also supposed to discuss black turmeric. We tried to bypass the black turmeric, but I think we could focus on cocoa and black turmeric, a little of both today. The cocoa, we're not really diving into cocoa, seeing as cocoa, as an organization, we look at some other spices and not cocoa, because cocoa have the umbrella under the Grenada Cocoa Association and everything. But a few very important, to me, most important is we need to help sensitize farmers as it relates to cocoa, because there is a serious issue with our cocoa in Grenada and we could run into trouble. I don't know what form the organization is taking to help stem the problem or mitigate it. But I think if we as an organization could help share some of those information and find solution and tangible solution, we could help solidify the cocoa industry here in Grenada.
You made a very bold statement.
Yeah.
That the cocoa industry could be in trouble. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Why did you say that?
All agricultural sectors could be in trouble.
Okay. Yeah, but why the cocoa?
One of the compounds that we will find in cocoa, it's said to be, it's heavy metal, which is a cancerous compound.
What?
Can be.
Well, you know,
in excess, yes.
And
if used in excess.
If excessively in excess, yes.
And you know, our international buyers and marketers, they would look for anything to create or to get it at nothing, so it becomes of no value to us, and then the industry would crumble. But you know, just like they did with the coconut oil in previous decades. And but I think we have tangible ways to help mitigate that, because I was looking at the cross section of cocoa throughout Grenada, throughout the different areas where cocoa is grown. If we zero into proper scientific research, then we could say, okay, like for example, St. David's. St. David's cocoa is one of the best cocoa, or have less of that compound. Unlike St. Patrick. St. Patrick produces the most cocoa now on island, but they have a high content of that same compound in St. Patrick's. And the practice in St. David's, the demographic of farmers in St. David's is said to be old farmers, so they pay less attention to their farms. So the farm is more organic farms, unlike in St. Patrick's where they take care of the farm and they prune it properly, add a lot of fertilizers, and the culprit in the compound basically is a result of the fertilizers. I think cocoa now would have changed the fertilizer. They give 12-4-24, unlike they had before was 12-16 or 24.
I don't know the specifics.
But they drop it now. They have is a 12-4-24 they use. So that is form of the mitigation I think the industry is using.
Yeah.
But I would also think if we're talking about marijuana and industry, Grenada are accustomed doing multiple crops. Hemp or marijuana, the plant, it extract hard metals in the soils. So maybe the industry should should push the government to get into, let's say, hemp production for, let's say, 5 years. So you clean all the toxic from the soil using the hemp plant. We know marijuana need a lot of lights, but the areas where in a cocoa field where you normally plant bananas, you could plant hemp, and that will help clean the soil from those toxic compounds. And you could get the entire industry having clean farms with less of those heavy metal compounds, and that would help, in going forward. So Dr. Antoine could dive into the compound itself. And funny it is that same dangerous compound, they want to use it to build roads in
Florida.
Infrastructure in Florida. So these are the contrasting, events. But it's of very much concern to the industry. And so we explained that in our last meeting with the farmers, so that will help sensitize farmers going forward.
My thing is that I'm trying to figure out here, because the marijuana can do X, but if you plant marijuana in cocoa field, man going and wolf that easy long before it get to the stage where you could do whatever.
Well, if you're doing it on a national level and you're using it as hemp, basically for its fibers, and then and then after 5 years you could get into the medical aspect where
So you don't plant the one that for smoking.
Well, the fellas go still smoke, but you don't have
that bush.
Yeah, it's like bush.
Yeah, that bush.
And it would be seeded, and so you use it for fibers and maybe extracts to do oil, CDB oils.
Dr. Antoine, a very interesting observation there. What's your comment of it?
Just to supplement or add to what Dalton has said, that the cadmium is a heavy metal that potentially has some, negative health effects, but it's generally found alongside the phosphate, and so the phosphate used in our fertilizer is the factor that tends to be bringing in the cadmium, and so the less phosphate in your fertilizer, I guess the lower the level of the cadmium that may be found. Mm-hmm. And yes, the association GCA over the last few years has been working towards mitigating that issue once they were informed that the issue of cadmium level needs to be reduced significantly or much more in our produce. And so there's some success with that. Hence the reason why they are much more cautious as to who their suppliers of fertilizer are at this point in time. Yes, the cadmium could have the negative effects in terms of ultimately, if it accumulates to too high a level, then it could have some disastrous effects for us. But I think work has been done to mitigate that problem, as Dalton correctly said. So yeah.
So the association is aware.
Yeah, aware. Yeah.
So they are aware of this.
It's the buyers who originally stipulated that we need to reduce the level of that compound as found in the cocoa, which is not a fault of ours, because remember it came to us via the phosphate fertilizer we were bringing in. And so with a reduction in the level of the phosphate in the compound, in the fertilizer, that results in a reduction in the level of the cadmium itself. So if ultimately we can get a very low phosphate fertilizer, for example, you get much lower levels, and then ultimately less in the soil. But if Dalton's point is correct about the plants that can help remove some of those heavy metals from the soil can be co-planted with the cocoa, for example, and other farm produce, then that would be quite useful. So that would be one way to help to clean up our soils. And I think it's a good idea, if you ask me, but there might be other plants that could be used for the same purpose.
Yes.
And maybe our dear friend, morning comrade BJ, would be able to assist us in that area. Morning. Yeah. So that's as much I think I could add to what Dalton has said. But I know, yes, he made the point that you see how crazy life can be, you know. In Florida, they've raised, because of the high mountains of waste from the phosphate mining that has occurred over the years, the crazy ones are thinking of using those mountains to build roads, you know. And then the question arises, well, that means you will be putting, you know, that heavy metal in the ground, right? And then the rain comes and washes it in the soil, and it gets into the water system, and then what happens, you know? Then the question became, well, in whose communities would you be building those roads, you know? So yes, there's that crazy idea, but the long and short is, our objective here has to be find ways and means to clean up our soil, free of the make them free of the heavy metals, specifically cadmium.
Let's go to BJ for a quick comment on this. BJ, you've listened, or you're aware of what they've just indicated?
Yes, Andre, I am aware.
And you never tell me that, BJ?
Certain things are better off not be said. Because I was just listening to you people while I was coming, and while I'm sitting here, and you people talking about so many different things together. Yes, I'm confused.
You're confused.
And the ordinary man outside probably would. I'm of the opinion, Andre, that the Cocoa Association is doing the right thing with regard to the cadmium level that they found in the cocoa bean. So the levels are a bit high. And over the past decade or so, they've been working on reducing the phosphate?
Yeah.
In the fertilizer that they're bringing in, so that we can have a reduced level. Because the buyers outside, they stipulate that they would have a limit when it comes to the levels that we produce in our cocoa, and we don't want to lose that market. So far, we are doing fairly well, and I noticed that to join in with Dalton here, I noticed that quite a bit of people are involved in mixed cropping now rather than monocropping, and that in itself would help, clean up some of those heavy metals in the soil.
I can understand all of that, BJ, but where I don't know if I have not been listening, but the educational aspect of this, because the farmers need to know, and the only how that they can know is if the Cocoa Association give them the information bit by bit by bit, so that they can educate them into different practices. Mm-hmm. But if you don't, and you just sit there and all you concern about is that, boy, we need to get fertilizer from a different place, and you're not telling the farmer anything, because the plants, they're going to start reacting different to the kind of fertilizer that you're giving them. And then when that happens, the farmers are going to start saying, that shipment of fertilizer do good.
Andre, it's even beyond that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's way beyond that. More times than not, the Cocoa Association don't have fertilizer. So the availability of the right fertilizer, sometimes it's just not there.
Yeah.
The farmer cannot wait when he want to apply his fertilizer. So he go by Renwick and Thompson or some other outlet where they sell fertilizer, Marketing Mode or wherever, and he buys some fertilizer, what is available, and he applies it in soil. So the checks, the balance, the control isn't there. And we expect to have an industry that is sustainable, that can grow and, you know, have good reputation and all of those things. And then sometimes we are shooting ourselves in our feet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We are not, and you can comment here for me, Dalton. We are not educating the farmer as to the correct practice and as to, hey, that fertilizer, we ain't doing that for cocoa. Yeah. We can't do that in our cocoa farms because this is what it is causing. Expound on that a bit more, Dalton.
And that is why we felt it important to sensitize the farmers as it relates to the situation and give advice. Because I'm saying that we should go totally organic as it relates to cocoa. And we get the organic extracts and they use it in the cocoa farm, unlike the fertilizers, the MPKs, you know. And cocoa is a forest crop, and the crop mixed crop with other crops that provide the environment. We have vast microclimates in Grenada that gives a lot of different benefits to our soils. And if we understand that science and we utilize that science, we would do extremely well. But we have to sensitize our farmers and advise them and take a bold step. And it will be beneficial for us in the long terms. And the cocoa industry is huge. I mean, Grenada is like a speck in the market. So if we create that niche, we have the niche environment. If we create that niche and stick to that niche, then we would be super in terms of our value chain.
But you spoke about the cocoa being a forest crop, and that I understand. But you also spoke about, hey, we need to do total organic in relation to our cocoa. But with the total organic, and how would that affect the yield, Dr. Antoine? How is that going to affect our yield? And that is something that is very important.
Two things I want to say though. Yes, it can affect the yield based on the nutrient composition of the whatever fertilizer you're going to use, or compost material or waste material you're using in the soil. So that should answer your question. But to the defense of the GCA, I must point out quickly that they have over the years talked with the farmers about the problem as regards the cadmium level. They have also informed them of their work towards reducing the phosphate level in the various fertilizer that they bring in, and they've been working towards on that, and with some success, I must admit. And also they have sought to change the suppliers of their fertilizer over the years as one way of mitigating the problem, so as to reduce the level of cadmium that's brought in. So yes, I would say most of the farmers, cocoa farmers, would be aware of the problem. They would have been told about it in one of the meetings over the years. And yes, the association has and have made taken steps to remedy the situation. What I don't know is whether or not the idea that Dalton raises, using the intercropping approach, using specific plants that are known to absorb heavy metals,
ganja,
has been recommended to our farmers. But I think that's one thing that we probably need to look into and make the recommendation so that the association can continue the process. And again, one last point I should point. Here is where the issue of talking with our farmers, educating our farmers is important. Because the more they understand the nature of the problem, the more ideas they probably would get as to how we can mitigate and resolve those problems.
You have spoken and spoken and spoken, Dr. Antoine, and I was sitting here trying to say, when are you going to get to that point? Education is, it's okay that you would have informed. It's okay that, take a page out of the book of the police. They have 2 programs on Real FM, one on Wednesday, one on Thursday. Different departments, of course. But they're speaking to policing. So they continue to remind the people, the farmers, as it relates to fires and the practice and how they should go about to get permission to burn based on where they're burning. They speak to the bus drivers. They speak to the guys who planning to go and thief. They speak to everybody. So there's a continuous educational process.
Right.
But I know the Cocoa Association would not come to Real FM. Hold on. I must get my 2 pence in. The Cocoa Association will not come to Real FM. I don't know why.
Well, why don't you invite them?
I'm tired of inviting Hastic. Hastic and I went to school in SAS together, but he wants nothing to do with me. But that's okay. If he sends the information, and I keep saying, you don't want to come, Mr. Hastic, that's all right. I'm cool with that. You're a SAS boy. So, I respect that. So I simply say it this way. Mr. Hastic, send the information. It is for the farmers. And I'll be very happy to disseminate the information. Don't just keep it like that. Because if they did speak to the farmers, let's say about 10 years ago, they spoke to the farmers about this. A farmer somebody who's just getting in, doesn't know, and may go to one of the suppliers of fertilizer because he believes that his cocoa plantation, BJ, you can come in on this, he believes that his cocoa plantation needs a bit of a boost here. So he goes to a supplier and gets fertilizer and puts it in the soil, not realizing that he is creating a problem for his field, BJ.
2 points, Andrew. The first one is that based on what Dalton said before, in West Africa where they do a lot of cocoa, Ivory Coast and those places, what they do, Andre, they do strip cropping. They would plant cocoa, they would leave like a 20-foot forest to grow, and they would cut another strip again. They would do the cocoa because cocoa is a forest crop. They like striking through. Because of the nature of the crop, it bears on the stem. So you don't want the stem to become very hard. If it gets very hard, then it wouldn't blossom. Mm-hmm. Therefore, you need to keep it soft. So a lot of pruning have to take place. Mm-hmm. The second point is regard to the use of organic manure. Organic manure and mulch are 2 different things. When you use organic manure, you have something what you call humus. You actually get that from the organic manure. Mm-hmm. And what it does, it contains a whole heap of nutrients, and it releases the nutrients very slow. Before, in the past, when they used to have estate and well-organized systems of farming, all these estates used to have animals, or what they would do, they would pay people to keep the animals or buy the manure for the people who keep, their farm going by cleaning it and feeding the animals, so they buy back the manure from you. And they would apply it like a basket. They used to have it cocoa basket, or what they used to call it. And they would put that around the plant. No, by the time you put 2 baskets around the plant good for 2-3 years, It will provide the nutrients, it will improve the soil, it will hold water, all of those, Andre. These days you don't find people doing those, and they expect to get the same result like what they used to get before. Mm-hmm. It's like a quick fix these days, you get what you can get fast and you're dead. Frog that live that way, human being don't live that way.
You know what? On that note, I'm going to take a commercial break, guys. On that note, I am going to take a commercial break. This is Real, 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world. And yes, we are here with our agricultural program for today, Thursday. The time is now moved on to 24 minutes, and that's after the 8 o'clock hour. Dr. Twine, my cousin Dalton Charles. Yeah, I keep repeating that. I want people like BJ to know our family too. And of course, BJ is here with us. Stay with us, friends. We take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. We supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
If you're looking to improve or maintain your health, look no further. We have a general practitioner right here on Main Street, Sates in the Kweze. Dr. Guerra, a gynecologist and surgeon who specializes in women's health. She offers lab tests, blood, pap smears, prostate cancer, and stool tests. We now have a portable EKG machine that gives you accurate readings by using just 2 fingers. And that's not all. If you're suffering from any respiratory conditions such as asthma, bronchitis, COPD, or seasonal allergies, we have a nebulizer machine that can safely treat these. Consultation for pregnant women from beginning to end. Surgeries, which includes hysterectomy, tying of tubes, vaginal shrinking, removal of uterine fibroids, vaginal warts, hernias, and C-sections. She also specializes in diagnostic and therapeutic DNC, abnormal bleeding. Eye testing is also available at the clinic by appointment only with Dr. Mabel Veritas Lugo. They are in collaboration with Alice Labs, located in St. George, opposite the Excel Plaza. Walk-ins are accepted. You can also call for an appointment at 423-3352 or our landline at 444-4272. That number's again 423-3352 or 444-4272. Put your health first.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and coming soon, our Grandand sub-office. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, your financial security is guaranteed.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Rhythms of Spice is back Sunday, June 11, 3 p.m. at Mount Cinnamon Lawn. A spicy, classy explosion of Grenadian talent featuring Project Music, Fahrenheit, Zorina Andel, Godson Brown, Cool Jazz Band, Angel Hobbs, Tivoli Dancers, and special guest Tony Paul and Vonette Bigford from Trinidad. Rhythms of Spice, June 11, 3 p.m. Mount Cinnamon Lawn. Tickets $50 on sale at Grenadian Optical St. George's, Art and Soul, Spiceland Mall, Gittins Pharmacy in Granville, and Go to Fed. More at the door. Children 12 and under free. Sponsors: Grenada Tourism Authority, Ministry of Culture, Kalinaga Hotel, Hubbard's, Real FM, HD Sounds, Danny D, Bryden's, Independence Agencies, Gabriel's Rental, Cafe Skyline, and Gaumont Medical. Walk with your picnic chairs and beach towels.
Vidscope Communication invites the general public to a customer service workshop to be held on Saturday, June 3rd, 2023 from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. facilitated by Ms. Shelma Wells. Areas for discussion: what is customer service? 10 rules for great service. What customers expect. Culture of commitment. Handling different types of customers. Customer retention. Ethical issues. Effective communication, and more. Contact us at 457-1990 or 435-0277. For registration and info, email vidscope1@gmail.com. Register now as space is limited.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man jack this and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. We used to ship plenty nectars all the way down to Trinidad. During the revolution, we used to use up all the fruit that we had. When the cocoa, nutmeg and banana was at the highest level, now the youth them don't want to take over from the elders and continue. Oh gosh, why? Everybody want to sit down in computer and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture.
It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5. www.drealfmgrenada.com. Also, the special morning to all those listening or viewing our YouTube channel. And it's a Thursday, and together with Dalton, Charles, yes, Charles, Danny Cousin, Dr. Twine, and BJ, we're here. And while BJ did say that we're talking a multitude of things, and we got and he got confused, but we have zeroed in. And one of the things that we've come to realize during the break is that, hey, there is lack of information flowing in the proper direction. Dalton, how do you comment on that?
Yes, and that is why we took the onus as an organization to inform the farmers. The different organizations that govern different sectors of agriculture here, maybe they have too much things on their hand and they're not inclining or adequately informing farmers, but we do it on a monthly basis to help educate the farmers as to the practices, how we mitigate problems, how we solve problems practically in the field with that knowledge. You know, science is continuously growing, and once farmers is aware, farmers in themselves are scientists, because they observe things every day and they see the transition in the plants. And we just being that support, that continuous reminder to the farmers, definitely we would have better practices and we would have better results, and we would able to zero in on that niche market because we have that microclimate that provides that opportunity.
Doc, you?
Yeah, we were discussing during the break, Andre, the need for that continuous, regular educational programs, and that every sector, every farmers organization need to and probably should get involved in a regular and systematic educational program or process. But also we mentioned the possibility, of maybe the need, not the possibility, for the ministry itself to organize and help coordinate and ensure that those educational programs are done consistently and regularly. Education at the end of the day, Donna, Andrew, why I'm saying Donna.
You could say Chinese.
Education of the day, as BJ was saying, at the end of the day is the most fundamental of all our skills essential for socioeconomic development. And it would be remiss to say that agriculture is not one of those areas that requires that. And so maybe the more information, the more education and knowledge we share with our farmers, maybe the more effective and efficient they will become at what they do. So yes, I want to suggest publicly that the ministry, together with the various farmers associations, should organize a systematic and regular program of education for each sector, and making use of the various media, including radio, television, YouTube, etc. But ensuring that our farmers are continuously being educated on areas and aspects that they need. And one last point we made also was the more people we have interacting, discussing a specific problem, the better the outcomes generally. So that if you're making a business decision, having the voice of the women, having the voice of the disabled, having the voice of the Chinese, having the voice of the Grenadians, having the voice of the ordinary man in the street, the teachers, etc., students, you'd probably find that you get a much better end product, and therefore your decision ultimately becomes better than if you just sit in an ivory tower around the table with 4 guys just shooting the breeze and then making a decision, and then the decision becomes not the best.
BJ, how do you think, what again can be done to get the authorities, and when I say authorities here, friends who are listening, don't think that I'm talking your party. I'm not talking government here. I'm not talking government. I'm just talking the authorities, those who are responsible for education. And the education could be about bananas, it can be about nutmegs, it could be about what we're speaking of now, cocoa and other crops. How do you get that message to the authorities that, hey, you need to get more information to the farmers, and it is not necessarily about preparing the best pamphlet and giving it to the farmers. 90% of the time the farmers they get it and they stick it in a corner. But most farmers go to the land with a little radio because that's their companion.
Yes.
And they have it there and they could listen to information. It doesn't have to be Real FM. It can be any entity, but they can listen. And farmers have younger children now, so when they get home, they can go onto YouTube, and it can be a production of the Grenada Cocoa Association. So the farmer can say, hey, go on, let me see that what they're saying this week. BJ, how do you respond to that?
Andrew first. it's four of us that is sitting here. You basically asked Dalton, your cousin, and my good friend Dr. Antoine one question, and you turn to me and asking me a different question.
If I ask you the same question, then you might regurgitate what they said. I believe, in my viewpoint, I believe they would have exhausted the question already.
Okay.
That's why I come to you.
You come to a different view.
Yeah.
Andre, I think we have a national problem with regard to the dissemination of information. It's just not in the agriculture sector. This is a national problem. Things are not, things that are not good, we tend to hear it a lot. And it tend to, be the traffic on social media. It tend to bombard the airwaves. Things that are useless. For example, put on your TV in the night, 7 o'clock. Let's look at the news. If it's a bag of foolishness with some big show on the corner there or something, sponsored by the government of Grenada, blah, 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 blah. Where is the agriculture advertisement? Where is the nutmeg educational corner? Where is the Cocoa Association hit point?
So.
That have no owner in the meantime. Andrew, that's the point I'm making. The point is that we need to have, a collective approach. We need to take a collective approach with regard to how we solve the agriculture sector, how we solve the problem in general. And that is what we are not doing. Everybody running the little entity like their own empire. And the thing is not theirs. The thing is of national interest. Whether or not we're exhausting the potential of it, I don't even think we're touching some of them yet. Andre, there is something they call relationship, Don't get me wrong. There might be a few exceptions. Uneducated people cannot establish proper relationship, Pick up a funny lady, man, and try to establish a relationship with her. You better go and put her opinion there, it's easier, And hold on, let me tell you something. Look at the people at the top. How they go establish relationship when they're uneducated? They may be qualified, but they're uneducated. They don't realize that they are mashing up or cutting the same branch that they are sitting on. For example, look at the Cocoa Association. We have been a decline and a gradual decline in terms of acreage, cultivated production over the last maybe 20, 30 years. And we see it happening before our very eyes. And the people who are turning the meal are saying, we're turning the wheel, brethren. We're not making any sense. Cocoa is just not profitable. We need to get, better price for a product. We need to do something different. And yet still we continue to carry our life in the same pattern. Nothing has changed. Whether the ordinance, whether the way we go about doing the business, whether we marketing, aspect of things, they all remain the same. Where are we going with that? One generation die out, the next one coming in, you expect them to follow you. Well, the next one not stupid as you,
Which is why I say, BG, just to supplement what you're saying, I think it's important and it's of urgent necessity at this point that the state, the government per se, actively participate in the industrialization of our agricultural sector. I mean that they need to actively take the initiative to set up processing facilities for our various agricultural produce. Already we have seen a great example set by the Cocoa Association. They've taken the lead in that. They've shown the initiative. And they're working at developing that aspect of the business. But the government needs to initiate more of that. So that, for example, why don't we have a fish processing plant? Right?
Exactly.
Or, for example, why don't we have a national juice processing plant? We have a plant idling last suggestion. 11 months and it's still not open. 2 years to 11 months is still closed down. And Mr. Dr. Antoine is trying to have it reopened.
Which one?
The one talking with you. And it's been ignored.
No, but
no, in all, let me just finish the point. In all seriousness, unless the government doesn't take that initiative to actively initiate state enterprises, we cannot continue to expect economic development occurring based on foreign investors coming in. Foreign investors coming to make money. They ain't come to develop your society. So they come, they build a hotel, they get 100% of the profit away. You, the local man, whatever profit you make, it stays in Grenada. You employ your local people, top management, local people.
Now you might go and buy a house in Miami.
No, we'll buy it up right here in Sotiers. So, but that's the point I'm trying to make here, that more and more, I think, for us to see a significant and serious change in how our economy develops, the government must take an active part in initiating the industrialization of the agricultural sector and the agro-industries.
Got a caller. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell
Clifford,
you.
what happened to you? What's up though? Can you get out?
I take it a chance. I don't want to do anything. I have to follow it up good first.
I hear you. Tell me.
Right. I support Dr. Antoine there and Mr. John BJ. But the thing is, we're saying that years and years. Every year, every now and then, the government gives cocoa and nutmeg $350,000. They call back in 2 extension officers and they send them to go and look for farmers that's willing to clean their land and whatnot. Bam, that finished. You send home the 2 extension officers and nobody looking what happened. What happened to that? You kill that process that should go on. I went to Sotes last week. I went to a good gentleman that worked with cocoa for years, funeral. And all the way up past and I see cocoa trees, the branches touching the ground. So we're not seeing that extra push. We wait again until government comes up with a project and give you $350,000 again. We're not seeing that. Look, I was employed with the schools in St. John and St. Mark's, assisting them in 4-H work. I was sent home in December. I went in the Catholic school yesterday. Not one thing has been planted, not taken care of. The weeds in the banana field, there's a banana field in the Catholic school, the weeds there are at over man height. Nobody have cut it. We used to cut every week about 2 to 3 bunches of banana that goes to the school. I used to get from there. But nothing is done now. Nothing is done now. So let's say you have 3 or 4 primary schools in St. John, and you have you have one in St. Mark's. Nothing is done. I used to hold the little children hand in this special school in Victoria and teach them how to plant, teach them how to lay out plants and drain and whatnot. Nothing has been done. Where is this follow-up? Mm-hmm. I am not saying that you have to keep me, but if you think somebody younger, somebody better should be there, then where is the follow-up to that? We're not seeing that kind of follow-up. We're not seeing that kind of initiative. All we hear is government have plans. Where are the plans? You have all the big estates, and I keep on saying, Douglasland Estate, look, you saw last week, they charged the gentleman, or they tried the gentleman that bought the facility there, a facility worth over $1 million. Nothing has been done to bring back anything there. Yeah. So where are we going? There have to be an initiative from the leaders, and I'm not blaming this government, I'm blaming all the governments. There have to be an initiative, and you walk towards that goal. I don't know if Mr. Andre knows, opposite the health center in Sotes, that piece of land there will belong in, I don't know if it still belongs to the Cocoa Association.
It does.
And it was said.
It was never sold.
Right, and it was said that at once they were thinking of selling it and all kind of nonsense. And it was said that the Canadian government, or the Canadian CEDA, had promised to build a new, what do you call it again? Like what is in Moncton,
okay.
Formentry.
Yeah.
Yes, if they could have bring the cocoa production up to 4 million. That was promised from CEDA. Today is down. Look at the other place in Mali, the Nutmeg place. That was closed down because they say the strength and what not.
They say they had selected a next site in St. David. Nothing again. The one that Mr. Webb had gone to sleep again. So we are saying that if we can see initiative coming from government, where is it? You don't expect a farmer to go and lend money and just go and plant, and when he finish plant, one day he has to walk all about with a tray of lettuce, a tray of tomatoes, and one day they sell. We have to have some initiative from these people in authority.
So,
where we going?
Right.
I think that's the biggest mistake.
Thanks, Cliff.
Thank you.
Clifford, you make a very good point, but I also want to add to your points. You know. I think more and more as a people like BJ and Andrew Donald, Mr. Charles and others should take the initiative to invest in the agro-processing sectors. In other words, Grenada has to develop based on our people actively participating in its socioeconomic development. So that BJ would have to invest some money in the food processing operation. Donald has to invest some money in the in the banana processing operation.
I know something that BJ has coming. BJ has this juice thing coming.
Great.
BJ, you still online with that, right?
Andre, online with a lot of things.
Yeah.
The problem is that there are a lot of businesses that needs to get started to get the agriculture sector moving, but they require public-private partnership. Yeah. And you really don't see that. Yeah. You see, Andre, you need a holistic approach, you know. For example, and we've been talking about that months after months. You have Shambo Estate that you want to develop and bring water on those places. And you're just like a mad person. We're going to bring water today, and we're going to get farmers to produce watermelon and X, Y, and Z. Andre, how long you going to grow the watermelon there for? Andre, you need to have a sustainable project that's supposed to be taking place there. For example, you need to have, you decide to do cassava, because the land it might be ideal for those kind of things. It's dry, the rain don't fall regular, it's seasonal. You can do mechanical harvesting, all of those things, Andre. How hard it is to set up a farine factory, a cassava factory, where you produce cassava flour, cassava cereal, all of those. You well package it properly, you market it properly, you change the value, you add value to the product. You add shelf life to it. You have an industry going. You have something that is sustainable. And the government and private people, partner to get this thing done. So people who get the land there are not going and whoop. They're not going and be hopeful. They have a guaranteed market. So they know exactly where their life is heading. Andre, let me tell you something. In the absence of relevant, useful information, people will speculate. And people who are speculating very seldomly, you understand, do the right thing. You know?
I have to say this part here. You want to come in? I know we have a caller, so I'm going to say a quick bit. I'm going to come to you, and then we're going to go to you and say quickly, because we run out of time anyway. But I want to say this, that you speak about cereal and whatever, doing things packaged properly and sold. The first thing, in order to deal with any product, when Woodman started, it didn't start with filling up a container of alcohol to leave Grenada. It started with people here acquiring the taste and getting in here. This is a good beverage.
Mm-hmm.
We need to start to educate those children who are in the preschools. Why they should use farine or why they should use bananas. We're not.
Collective approach.
Yeah.
So until we start from that level, it makes sense that public-private partnership put in any farine factory anyway. Let's take this
food and nutrition.
That's a waste of people, waste of time. These people and them should be sent home.
And
I know why
collective cohesive approach.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. You're listening to your radio. Stop listening to your radio and listen to us on your phone, please. Yeah?
Andrew Donald, good morning.
Good morning.
And your panel, BJ, Dr. Antoine and the nurse gentleman.
Morning.
Morning.
My concern, I've been hearing you all talking about the processing and government should do factories, etc.
We never said government should do factories, so don't go away with that at all. We never said that.
Okay, well, tell me what you said then.
No, well, that means you weren't listening to the program. I'm just telling you, we did not say that.
Okay, let me go on to Dr. Antoine. Dr. Antoine, you made mention about the factory in Las Vegas, and it's been closed down. Were you saying that you had interest in juice?
Yes, I did submit a written request so as to assist or obtain, or whatever the case may be, 5 specific suggestions as to how we can go about getting that facility up and running.
Okay. Another question. I come in first. I have seen a few factories or companies try to make juice in Grenada, but for some reason, all of them are failing. Have you done any research on that to try to figure out what is the problem?
Well, I wouldn't know the specifics relating to each enterprise, but one thing I do know is that for any business venture, and BJ would probably support that as well as the other comrades here, is don't expect to make money in the first 3 to 5 years. I mean, money shouldn't be the objective of any business enterprise initially, anyway. But while money is the ultimate goal, but without a good quality product and without a good system for production, then don't expect profit ultimately. And so I think money tends to be the focus as opposed to a good quality product. May have been one major factor for those failures.
All right. As an agro-processor, I must say to you that we as agro-processors, we have a great challenge that we are facing in Grenada.
Many challenges. Sorry, go ahead.
And our main challenge is raw material. And for some reason, people tend to see lots of mangoes falling, and they may see a few fruits coming in at a certain time of the year, and they feel that we have so much fruit to be able to process. And that is so false. Because one of the, a lot of the fruits that we have existing now, we cannot process with it. And I keep asking the Ministry of Agriculture, and I'm saying it publicly again, that we need to go on a campaign of replanting the fruits. We need to plant fruits that we can use to process.
Check your time and you realize that we are basically out of time. Check your time. It's 2 minutes to 9 o'clock. And we're supposed to wrap up at 9. I'm sorry I'd have to cut you here.
All right, no problem.
All right, great.
Thank
Take
you.
care. All right, one love. Final thoughts, starting with you, Charles. You got 10 seconds.
Wow. Yes. Taking up from what BJ would have said, back to the cocoa industry. What the problem now, what we don't realize, our history of cocoa, where it started and where we want it to go. A French priest started the cocoa industry with 6,000 acres. Now, you see, the guy said the Canadian wanted to give a fermentation if they were to ramp up the cocoa production.
Yeah.
The cocoa industry reached to its peak, I think, between 1835 to 1905, and I don't think that peak ever obtained ever up to today. We start losing cocoa land, so sustainability.
BJ?
20 seconds? Andre, I would like to see us take a collective approach with regard to fixing our problem and moving the agriculture sector forward. Because if we don't have inclusivity when it comes to development, it would not be sustainable.
I think at the end of the day, Andre, Grenada's socioeconomic development depends squarely and mainly on our own people. And for that to occur, we have to begin taking initiative to invest in the agro-processing sector, in the agro-industrialization of our agricultural sector, and in the education of our people. But that also must be complemented and probably coordinated with the national plans of our governments and agencies. Thank you.
Gentlemen, thanks once again for making this program possible today, Thursday, the 25th day. And next time we have the program, Dr. Twine, can we do your factory?
The next Thursday.
The third Thursday in the month of June. Can
Yes.
we do your factory, or can we do your farm? Which one should we go to? Your factory or your farm? We go your farm.
Let's do the farm.
We do the farm.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
we're gonna go to your farm. You have Paul right there. Is there Paul right
I
there?
have Paul.
You have Paul there.
Yeah,
Good.
I have Paul.
Once we have Paul there, then we good.
Just as
Yeah.
before we left, our next meeting we want to have, it's like a social event for farmers, for the spice farmers. So we plan a social event where farmers come out and talk about themselves.
Yeah.
So that they will be listening to the farmers, and we'll eat and drink and enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, it's more social to get to know each other and know who we are, what we're about, what we expect, etc., etc. And that'll be on June 15th.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when is our next program? June what?
June 15th.
June 15th.
No, our next program.
June 15th.
Yeah, June 15th. The third.
So then we could just do the thing in the morning right there on the farm.
You know what is strange?
What?
Every group of people we meet, they would say, you know something, we will get together and eat and drink to try to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Nobody get to know each other when they eat and drink.
No. But I think the whole idea is to an exchange of information. So BJ would come and tell us about himself, who he is, what he's doing, what interests him, his likes, his preferences, his family, etc., etc., etc.
All right, my light is to say good morning to you guys. Take care of yourself. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www. We've got news coming up shortly. Stay with us.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
BJ, nice.
Your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. We supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum